Look at the metal beads.
That is a duck, apparently.
Oh, dude.
What's that about? My sanity is gonna fall out. A few years ago, I made a really explosive bath bomb using sodium metal. Obviously, the next step would be to just move down the list of the alkali metals on the periodic table to potassium metal. So let's try to make a potassium metal duck and see how much it explodes. So I have a to-do list of things I need to get done in order to get to the ultimate goal of making an explosive potassium metal duck. So this is the general plan. We're making potassium with sodium. It's a bit of a weird concept, but this is the ultimate reaction that we're trying to achieve here. We're turning sodium metal plus a potassium chloride salt, which is kind of like table salt, but like not. And then that is going to be converted into sodium chloride and potassium. You notice all that's happening right here is not that complicated. It's just the chlorine going over to the sodium, leaving the potassium by itself over here. So what happens is you just add these two things together, but melting something at 770 degrees Celsius, this is what it is in Fahrenheit, that is extremely difficult. So I tried it a couple months back with this like terrible kind of rig put together, made out of stainless steel. The problem with the rig I made is that I heated it up to like 1150 degrees Celsius, but the top of the furnace was not insulated enough to be able to keep it like hot, and so it just barely wasn't able to distill anything over. So what I'm going to be doing today is making the retort stand much better. What I want to do is put a piece of steel pipe into it with the end blocked off. That means we're going to have to weld some ends for the pipe to hold our reactants, the sodium and the potassium chloride in here. And then we're going to have to cut off the top, but then also allow ourselves a little hole, some kind of inlet to be able to fill in with a funnel the actual ingredients, so that it's not gonna just be a welded pipe that's like a pipe bomb that's just impossible to enter. Then we're gonna heat this up with the furnace, but like that's just a pipe bomb. So we then need to be able to have a pipe on the side that can then distill over. So we're gonna have to put a hole into the side of this pipe that then has a hole on this side that can then drain our products into a sort of gigantic test tube sort of thing filled with mineral oil, and that will hold our potassium metal that distills over as a gas. So let's say we have this set up. Now, the problem last time was, yeah, the top wasn't insulated. That heat's just gonna escape. It's never gonna get up to temperature to distill over. So what I need to do is be able to put some kind of fire brick right there. So I need this to be able to hopefully get up to 800 degrees Celsius. This in itself is the most complicated part so far. So let's get to it, that's the plan. Welcome to my new workshop. As you can see, I have a welding table. These are the pipes that I've already laid out that I wanna cut down to size and make into like this retort thingy. And then I'll just like cut this somewhere along the length of it and attach my big test tube to it, which I do not know where I put, but that's fine. So yeah, I now have a vise, which is great. Everyone was telling me I need a vise. That was in my sodium duck video. I won't be using my feet anymore, I guess. If I make this too long, then it's gonna dissipate heat too much. If I was smart, I'd probably be able to find out what angle this is, but I'm not very smart. So instead I'm gonna guess. How's that look? Fine. All right, let's check this fit. Oh! Now the hard part is cutting this gigantic pipe. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Welcome to my little foundry area. Now this really long and thick pipe is gonna have some size constraints. I'm gonna have to find out how deep it can go in here. Let's assume I'll get it to rest on the bottom. It's not much of an angle, I'll be honest. And maybe I'll just weld it a little bit lower. So let's get rid of this one now and put in this cooler one. I hope that's good. Ow. So the length I needed was 240, so finally. Yay! Okay, so it's now nice and silvery and ready to be welded together. Now my goal is to add little end pieces to the bottom and the top and then plug it up with a big bolt so that way I have a hole to be able to fill it up with my reactants. But look, I have a drill press now, so I should be able to do this quite easily. And yeah, by the way, this is the thing I use to make these little discs of metal. Don't judge. I'm good at this, I know what I'm doing. You can't have a Mr. Green Guy video without me getting confused and just trying really dumb shit like this. Without a hitch. We now have a larger hole in the middle. It's exactly what I want, because then now we can tap it. How am I gonna do this if it just falls out? Why is everything falling out? The drill bit was falling out. This is falling out, like, my sanity is gonna fall out. Would you look at that? When you have the right tools, it just works. Look at that, it now has like a thread inside. So now I should be able to just attach it to that, and that will prevent any gases or reactants from spilling out. I'm just gonna have to weld the thing I just made to this. Last time I tried welding, it was very terrible. It was a bad experience. It took like weeks for me to just get one seal. So what I've done is I've upgraded my welder. This now has a argon cylinder in the back. The settings it's on right now, I don't really understand, but we're just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna suit myself up and then I'm gonna start like welding shit together, I guess. We are armed. This is terrible. What is this? This light. Oh, so much better. And I can do this. Haha. Okay, so my plan is to put on this mask. I'm gonna spot weld a little bit there just to keep it in place. And then I'm gonna slowly go around it. And when you look at that, this actually looks sealed. Now it's starting to look like something in particular. Now I don't wanna put water in this to test if it leaks because water will react with sodium very violently. Once this cools down a bit, I'll put some acetone in it to see if it's watertight. Let's fill it with a little bit of acetone. I've tightened the bolt really tight. So far so good, not a single drop. But we are not done with the welding. What I need to do is drill a hole into this. Oh, I need to drill a hole into it while I'm waiting for it to cool down. There we go. Goes like that. That's perfect. We're getting places. Sanding this up in order to get the metal cleaned up so I can weld properly. Welders in the comments section, unleash your wrath onto me. How does it look now? Oh, that is actually perfect because it's actually touching the bottom. That means we finished this step and we didn't die and I can screw this bolt back in. Isn't that nifty? Now we're done with the distillation still part of it. We're gonna have to engulf the entirety of this top half in a fire brick because otherwise this might be 800 degrees, which is where we need it to be, but this might only be like 700 degrees and it won't distill over here. It needs to be all up to temperature. I have a big fire brick. I need to make a cut right between the B and the K. Whoa, okay, that's dangerous stuff. So now what I have is this hole there with another hole on the side, and that perfectly fits right onto this. It slides on. This half is all good. What then happens next is we then have the test tube filled with our oil and our potassium. So this is gonna be a mixture of sodium and potassium most likely because the boiling points of sodium is like 880 degrees, whereas potassium, it's like 770 degrees Celsius. The reason they're gonna be together is because sodium and potassium have very close boiling points. So they might just come over together to some ratio. I don't know if it's gonna be exactly like the perfect ratio for NaC or just a little bit of sodium impurity, we'll have to see. Then we have to just melt it down if it's not already molten. Then we use a pipette to scoop it up and then put it into a separate beaker that has our sodium duck mold from years ago that I made. That is a duck, apparently. That will be covered in some mineral oil to protect it from the air, and then we'll just like pipette it through like that. So then we can fill it up, freeze it, and then like let it cool down, take it out, and then we'll have a little potassium duck. It might be potassium, sodium, whatever. Close enough to potassium. That means it's time to get into the actual test. I've already measured out my sodium metal, so just need 65 grams of potassium chloride. Almost there. Finally, we're doing some actual chemistry now. It's like just shy of 65 grams. Awesome. Okay, now it's really shy of 65 grams. Not awesome. That is our reactants. So this is my giant test tube receiver. Now I just need to fill it with oil, just enough to cover the hole at the end. Let's fill it with sodium metal. Okay, this is a very long piece of sodium now. Let's see if this fits. Oh, easy. So it's all filled up with sodium. Now I just need to fill it up with the potassium chloride. What I want to do is I want to fill the top up with a little bit of argon. I just need to flush this through so that it gets rid of the oxygen gas in there. I'm able to actually flush it out with argon. This is definitely airtight because looking over here, you can see it actually bubbling through. And now with the finishing touch on top, let's start raising it until it reaches 800 degrees. In the meantime, I guess I should, I don't know, play some Minecraft or something. Let's go multiplayer. Okay, now this is really cool. Add server, mc.mrgreenguy.com, and here we go. Join server. This is gonna be great. Basically, I've started a Minecraft server that you guys can join by writing in the server address. So this is the beginning. There's some rules, whatever. Let's not listen to the rules. And there's different like game modes and stuff. So it's still in development, as you can see, but let's go to the SMP server. Right click. Okay, I was clicking the wrong button. That's okay, it's not broken. Now what I wanna do is try to get to the end in 15 to 20 minutes, something like that. Okay, it's at 700 degrees Celsius right now. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of hot. Let me change this real quick. Let's go up to 800 degrees. And let's see if we can get to the end. Not the end, let's get to the nether. Did I say the end before? Oh my God. I don't know if that's even possible though, to be honest. But yeah, you guys can all play this if you want now. It's in the link in the description. Crafting table, gotta get a crafting table. Oh, those mountains over there actually look pretty good. I gotta get some lava. If I can find some lava, then I'm sweet, like I'm golden. What's the temperature at? 730 degrees, we're fine. We're still handling it, we're still handling it. It's 780 degrees, is that? It's not doing anything yet. Yeah, look how pretty it is. You got like the blacksmith, your open market, and these NPCs you can actually talk to. He says, get your golden apples here, and I think I threw an egg at him. That's okay, and then you can talk to Sammy, and there is also a hardcore SMP in development. I think I failed my original goal. I got distracted. Okay, no, we can do this. Am I gonna do this without killing myself? That's another question. And how am I gonna get iron? Oh, night's falling. Oh yeah, we have a Discord server as well. I forgot to mention that. It's just came up. Have you joined our Discord yet? If not, don't miss out on an opportunity to hang out with Mr. Green. Yeah, we have a Discord. It's also in the description. Okay, it's at 802 degrees Celsius. How is this not doing anything? I'm just gonna leave it there for a bit. I don't know if you can see that, but I set it to 1000 degrees Celsius because it's probably gonna be colder by like 100 or 200 degrees at the top anyway, even though I've got insulation there. Sound of a zombie, so that means there's probably a cave nearby, which will help me find some iron. Okay, we only have 3 minutes now. Oh, it's one pick. Okay, no, we just need 3. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my God, okay. I'm gonna be able to do this now. It's really bubbling, I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to pull this off. Dude. See that bubbling? I know the timer's still going, but like, holy shit. What's that about? It's bubbling up. So that means the reaction is definitely happening inside. It's just cooling down too fast. Sorry, game. How's Minecraft? Oh, okay. We failed. Oh my God, the way it's shooting out liquid. I don't know, man. I don't know if I should be playing Minecraft right now. I'm gonna have to take 2 trips so I can make an infinite water source. Oh. Oh shit. Hold on, give me a second. I think I see something. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look at it. It's getting metal beads. I don't know what kind of metal beads, but it's metal beads. Got the metal beads. Okay, I'm gonna turn down the tip. Did you see that? It flamed. It's no longer going crazy on me because I kind of turned it down. But look at that. Look how red that is. It's 950 degrees. So it's well over the boiling point. Sorry, Minecraft's gonna have to wait. Try to get the rest out. Come on. We're now left with this. It is extremely hot. It's like 150, 200 degrees probably. And it was clogged with a bit of chloride, I believe. That kind of tells you that the sodium in here was boiling and bubbling so much. Holy shit, it's cracked. I'm gonna let it just finish cooling down. And then I'm gonna have a look at this once it's cooled and see if it's a liquid or a solid. Now there's definitely sodium in this because of just how fast it boiled over. I believe it just kind of ejected itself essentially, but I'm hoping there may be some potassium in there as well. Sorry, I got a bit distracted there. We're at 40 minutes now. I'm still supposed to be doing this? Yeah, okay, cool. So now we can get a infinite water source. And luckily we do have 1 piece of iron left for the flint and steel. I completely forgot about that, but it worked out in the end anyway. Put the lava there, grab water. Yeah, I counted it right. Look at, there was gravel here this whole time and I didn't even pick it up. I'm so silly. I have 2000 ping. Oh, that's not very good. Oh my God. Flint! Flint! Check it out. He can't even see me. That's how good my ping is. Let's make some flint and steel. Okay. Can I do it? Can I do it? Is this actually gonna work? Is it actually gonna load? Actually fucking loaded. And people have been here. If you're a patron, you get early access to things. Well, we made it in 55 minutes. That's not that bad for considering that this thing was back there and I kept getting distracted. I mean, look at this. Look at this stuff, isn't that cool? I think we've maybe made potassium sodium. It's time to prod and poke this thing now. So this is what we ended up with. Very shiny metal. I'm gonna use the pipette to suck any of it up. If I can, oh my God, I already am. This is like all potassium sodium. I have a mold right here, back from the sodium duck video. This is definitely potassium and sodium because putting on a wet cloth just makes it ignite like immediately. I'm just gonna have to cool it down a lot in a freezer. Good thing is, we have a freezer right here. It's gonna take quite a few hours to cool down, so the fact it's like 1 AM right now means I'm not gonna stick around waiting. I'm not gonna go back to Minecraft for 3 hours. I've gotta put some oil on the top of that just to make sure it doesn't like explode in the freezer. In the freezer it goes. Just gotta leave it overnight now, and hopefully by morning it will be all frozen, and I'm gonna have to then use the potassium sodium alloy duct as fast as possible and not die or something. Great plan. Next up is explode the duck.
Okay, I have some good news. I've opened this up this morning and taken a look, and the metal is actually solid in there, and I've managed to open up the mold a little bit to separate it. All right, put in some paper towel. Oh, that's actually really good. That's so much better than my sodium duck. Give it a little spin. Take a good nice look at it before it melts, before I throw it in water. I think it's ready. That's so cool. Okay, let's go. Oh, shit. Oh my God. That's all right. My neighbors must love that.
Check it out, we have new Mr. Green Guy merch.
Make sure to check out the Mr. Green Guy store and get some cool merch. This is Sodium Duck. Bye. Bye.